Did you know that the Tower of Babel was not actually a building people were trying to use to climb into heaven? That's one of the most common assumptions about the story. But when you read the biblical account carefully, you'll discover that the real issue wasn't architecture. It was rebellion. The people weren't trying to reach God's physical location. They were trying to create a world where they no longer needed God. And the lesson from Babel is far more relevant today than most people realize. The story of the Tower of Babel is found in Genesis chapter 11. At that time, humanity spoke one language and lived together in unity. Instead of spreading across the earth as God had instructed, they gathered in one place and began a massive project. They said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower with its top in the heavens, and let us make a name for ourselves." At first glance, this may sound like ambition, innovation, and progress, but there was something much deeper happening. The phrase, "with its top in the heavens," was a common ancient expression used to describe extremely tall structures. It did not mean they literally believed they could stack bricks all the way into God's dwelling place. After all, even ancient people understood that heaven was beyond the clouds. The problem wasn't the height of the tower. The problem was the attitude of the builders. Notice what they said, "Let us make a name for ourselves." Their goal was self-glorification. They wanted fame without God, unity without God, success without God, security without God. God had commanded humanity to spread throughout the earth. Instead, they gathered together and built a monument to human independence. The tower became a symbol of pride, self-sufficiency, and rebellion against God's purpose. And that's why God intervened. Not because he was threatened by a tall building, but because humanity was moving further away from him, while becoming increasingly united in their rebellion. So God confused their languages, causing them to scatter across the earth. The place became known as Babel, which is associated with confusion. What's fascinating is that the spirit of Babel still exists today. Whenever people try to build their lives, their success, their identity, or their future while pushing God aside, they repeat the same mistake. Babel wasn't just about a tower. It was about the human heart. It's the belief that we can create meaning, security, and greatness apart from God. The tower may be gone, but the mindset remains. The Tower of Babel was never really about reaching heaven. It was about replacing God, and that's why this ancient story still speaks to us thousands of years later. The question is not whether we're building a tower. The question is, what are we building our lives upon? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this biblical insight, subscribe to the Illuminated for more faith-based teachings that reveal the deeper meaning behind familiar Bible stories.